What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? What's going on? What's going on? Happy what's today? Thursday. It's Friday Eve. So we are getting ready to get into this Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Part 3 reunion conversation. And I invited some people to come and join me over here so we can really have a good old conversation. So y'all know my boy Yocrates, I'm sorry. Yeah, Yocrates. Yeah, I said it right. Y'all know I was gonna call him by his old name, the artist formerly known as. And I want y'all to welcome my baby Gabor. It's his first time over here on the panel. Thank you, Gabor, for being here. He might not be back yet, child. Hold on, let me wait for him to come back. He told me he had to go take care of something real quick. I thought he was back already. So I'll bring him up in a second. And Mims, make it make sense, is on the way. He'll be here in a few moments. Now, Mims had a live last night, and Gabor had a live earlier. We were all talking about the ladies down to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Y'all did his review. I watched it last night. So I'm saying all that to say, these are all content creators. So I'm asking my mods to drop their links periodically as we go through this live so that people know that they can go find them. They got great content over on their channel. And we have a good time. I enjoy going over to their channels and all that good stuff. I can't tell when Gabor's back because he's an Avatar child. Gabor, you back? I'm just gonna wait for him to come back, child. I'm gonna mute his mic because I can't tell. He's an Avatar. Or he can put it in the back chat, I guess. I'm gonna just mute his mic until I see him trying to talk. So let me ask you this, and I'm gonna ask Gabor when he gets here. And Mem said, he said he'll be a few minutes late. He'll just join in. So, well, first of all, let me say hi to everybody. Lemon Kush, what's up, Tracy? Hey, April. Hey, Tracy. I don't already say hey, Tracy. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Aaron. What's up, everybody? The Mill. Hey, everybody. Give me a shot. Hey, give me a shot. I ain't seen you in a while, bags. Trey Leche. All right, everybody's coming in now. Okay. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate everybody for being here. So let me ask you this, y'all, before we get too deep into it. Was it overrated?
Yes.
Was this finale overrated?
Yes.
I agree.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact that Kathy embodied the spirit of her sister Kim and did what needed to be done. But I agree with what you said in your review. They gave us everything for the most part in the trailer.
Right.
Had they kept some of that, it would have hit a hell of a lot better. But I mean, it was still good, But I feel like part one was better because we didn't know that Garcelle was going to pop the way she popped. So it's those moments that you weren't expecting, like, oh, okay, I'm tuned in. I'm engaged.
I'm going to be honest. I enjoyed part one more than I enjoyed last night's episode. If you really want to know the truth of the matter, part one did it for me. Listen, you saw my review after part one. I was like, wait, the ladies are bringing it. Because I think we weren't anticipating some of what happened in part one. Like you said,
oh yeah,
Garcelle, the way she stood up and snapped and held them people accountable. Even the situation with Crystal. Listen, you may not agree with what Crystal said, but I can appreciate the way that Crystal stood in her shit.
Well, I'm gonna say this, though I am not a Crystal fan.
You back? Oh. Okay, go ahead.
Though I'm not a Crystal fan by any stretch of the imagination. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about it, but what I understand there are different sets of rules for different people, but I don't like how we're sitting. Like, I want to know, like, how are we ranking what we can and what we can't say? Because Crystal can't use her verbiage because it's deemed one way, but yet Lisa can say she was assaulted. Lisa can say she's going to catch cancer. Lisa can literally look at Kathy and call her the devil. Like, I'm not.
I was going to actually bring that up. And I don't want to jump too far ahead, but that was my whole issue with everything dealing with Kyle last night. You didn't have no smoke for Lisa Rinna. You had all that smoke. Forget about your sister for a minute. You had all that smoke for Crystal.
Yep.
And her choice of words, the dark comment, and even going back to last year when she said she felt violated. But you didn't have no problem with Lisa Rinna saying that your sister attacked her and that your sister abused her. Like, Kyle, make it make sense. You got to make it make sense.
No, I know. I can make it make sense. It's very simple.
Okay.
Because if she were to defend, because that's the like people like I don't know why Kathy was mad. Kathy was mad because she wasn't defended. That's it.
Well, I said it in my I said that in my review. That's exactly what, because the thing was, and that's why I said that. Well, I said I was talking to Kyle in my review. She told you why she was mad when she got up. She said you didn't say 2 words. She told you why she was mad, and for you to sit there and act like you didn't understand why she was so mad at you, she told you.
But what I was going to say is the reason that Kyle, because it makes sense for me.
Abby.
Kyle set all this up. And I don't know if you've seen it, but there was an unreleased clip that was shown in a different part of the world where Erica said at the finale, I believe it was the finale, that because Kyle wanted this to come out because she felt, and Kyle was just like, but I told you that in private.
Yeah, I saw that clip.
So
she was like, she said, well, thank you, Erica. That was something said in private. But then she said in her confessional, well, yeah, I'm glad that the world sees what I deal with. Mm-hmm. Girl, don't cry.
With all of that. But with all of that.
Boy, okay,
what's so good?
So
I'm sorry I'm late. Sorry.
No, you good. So let me introduce y'all again. This is Gabor. It's my baby Andrew Gabor. They're going to be dropping y'all's links, but thank you and welcome to the channel, Gabor. It's your first time over here, and I appreciate you coming because I know you've been talking about.
Thank you for having me. I'm always in the chat.
I know you are. You drop down, boo, and I know
I'm always in the chat, and I'm always in the comments of the videos, but I just can't be chatting all the time because I be working.
Listen, you know I understand that, and look, I'm over there in your bushes. You know I love. This is what I love about Gabor, because sometimes I think Gabor really truly disagrees, and sometimes I think he just be playing with people. But we're gonna get to it because me and Gabor ain't gonna agree about nothing tonight. Me and Gabor not gonna agree on nothing tonight, but it's gonna be a good time.
Everybody think that about me. They be like, I think that you just be trolling, but in real life, Mims know me, and I be like, look, girl, that's how I see it. You know.
You say that's just how I see it. It is what it is. Well, let me. I'm gonna ask you the same thing I asked. Do you think that this episode was overhyped? Do you think they put too much on it?
Yeah, I think they put too much on it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was telling y'all, I liked part 1. Part 1 was, I thought they brought it in part 1.
At the end of part 1, I think that it was a lot of people are gonna hype Kathy up, but I think it kind of killed her brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the first time we ever saw Kathy slumming, and you're slumming with Erica and Lisa Rinna. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you're supposed to be way above that.
You know, I have to say this, and I'm here for Kathy. You know, I don't think she's an angel, but I'm here for her. But I have to ask myself a question. The same thing I have to ask about Diana Jenkins. Why would you go on this show? What you saw what happened with your other sister. You saw what happened between Kim and Kyle. You saw the breakdown. You saw how reality TV exploited your family. You know that you and Kyle's relationship is very weak, for lack of a better word. It's not a strong tie. You guys are not on solid ground. Y'all just started speaking again 2 years ago after almost 10 years of not speaking. Mm-hmm. What would motivate you, even as a friend of the show, what would motivate you to go on this show? Now, somebody put in one of my comments on TikTok, actually, they said that they feel like Kathy went on the show just to expose Kyle. Mm-hmm. Just to show, like, okay, y'all thought it was a one-hit wonder when it was Kim, but no, she does the same thing to me. Now, I don't know if Kathy really cares enough to go through all of that, but what do y'all think about that? Like, what do y'all think Kathy's motivation was for even going on the show?
Promotion. Well, boredom and promotion.
Mm-hmm. But she didn't have that. She wasn't promoting that drink last season.
Wait.
But last season she promoted everything else.
What did she promote?
Taco.
Remember when they went to the first time they went down to La Quinta and they were ordering food, they ordered from Ruth's Chris. They own Ruth's Chris. They don't own Ruth's Chris, but they have a large stake in Ruth's Chris, and there's a Ruth's Chris restaurant. Even though they don't own Hilton anymore, they're still stakeholders at Hilton. And there's a Ruth's Chris at most, like the high end Hiltons, not every Hilton, but the high end part of the Hilton brand. Also, remember when she stopped and got tacos for everybody? That time when they went to La Quinta and she went to that Mexican place and got tacos. Del Taco. They own a large part of that company as well. That's my understanding. Because notice, when have you ever heard them really talk about names like that? But so I don't know. I mean, welcome to the stage. Make it make sense. I appreciate again. I know you did your live last night, which was lit. You had almost 1,000 people in your chat last night, sir. But I appreciate you for being here. I know you just got off work. So welcome to the panel. Make it make sense. Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Mims Reno.
You better come through, Rena. You better come through. You better give it to us.
So you were talking about why Kathy did the show? Was that your question?
Yeah, that we were talking about what do we think Kathy was even motivated to do the show for? Like, why?
I just talked to Gabor about this today. It's pretty clear. She had so much bad publicity from Paris's documentary that I'm pretty sure Kyle, it was like 2 prongs. First, we're going to have you on the show to help, now you're hunky-dory, you're lovable old lady, you're just rich and quirky. We're going to change the public perception of you. The second thing is, whatever products you have, even though you're a friend of the show, we're going to make sure that you can promote it.
You know what? I forgot about that whole documentary and stuff. That's valid. That is a very, very valid reason. You're absolutely correct. Because you're right. She came on the show, very nutty professor. Last season, it did not seem as calculated as it did this season. This season, the Nutty Professor act for me seemed very calculated. The walking through the airport in the hotel slippers, carrying the grocery bag to dinner. Like, it seemed very calculated to me.
Well, last year she was putting eardrops in her eyes and she was drinking Red Bulls at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and having her fan, dragging her fan everywhere with her. And that seemed calculated to me too.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah. I think that she probably is quirky and weird. I think she probably does put Nikki Starr made this point. Kathy probably does wear slippers to the airport because she goes to the private airport.
Yeah, she doesn't have to actually come up. Yeah.
So she probably does do that, but the quirky stuff is definitely calculated.
Yeah. All right. Welcome, Lil Baby. Lil Baby is she's my mod and she's a super fan. She doesn't have a channel, but she joins us for our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills panel over here. So welcome.
We know Lil Baby.
Hey, Lil Baby 245.
Yeah, I know Lil Baby. Yeah, because Lil Baby be up in there. She's very vocal about her opinion. So.
Oh yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask Mims and I'm gonna ask Lil Baby the same questions, and then we're gonna get into this this part 1. The other question I asked Mims: do you think that this episode was overhyped? Do you think it delivered, or you think they hyped it up too much?
The third episode?
Yeah, the third part.
No, I loved it, and 1.46 million people loved it too. That was the rating.
The ratings were 4.6 million.
That mean they loved it.
1.46.
Oh, 1.
That don't mean they loved it. That mean they watched it.
For Beverly Hills, that is a while. Shut up, Gabor.
No, I'm just saying that. I'm saying that don't mean they loved it.
Did y'all see Paris show on Peacock? It was a different Kathy for sure. I didn't, but I know Lil Baby watched it. So what was Kathy Hilton on Paris's show versus what we see on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
I did not see that, but
I thought you watched it. My bad. Okay.
But I just only because I'm a little familiar with Kathy Hilton, and because of her proximity to Michael Jackson, I kind of know how they are. It's been known Paris Hilton is like one of the hardest people to interview because she's been interviewed so many times that nothing really surprises her, and she's always going to give you an answer that she wants you to have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very hard to navigate a Paris Hilton interview. And if you know, again, about this goes back to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, what people normally would attribute his voice to be, that's not his real voice. He always made it lighter whenever he was talking to the public because a deeper voice is more threatening. So Paris Hilton's real voice, sometimes you get it here and there. But
Yeah,
Paris
that's
Hilton,
definitely fake. Yeah.
right, it's fake. She doesn't that's fake. Paris Hilton sounds like me.
Yeah, she definitely somebody else was saying that. I think was it Garcelle? Didn't Garcelle expose that on the show last year when she was saying when she interviewed Paris and then when the camera that might have been somebody else.
Oh
But,
Lord, you're gonna get Gabor started.
okay, no, we're not. Okay, last question to
What?
Lil Baby, and then we moving on. We're gonna get into this review. Lil Baby, the other question I asked the panel was, why do you think Kathy did the show? But I think Mims hit the nail on the head. But why do you think Kathy did the show?
I do believe that she was bored, but then I also believe that she saw it as an opportunity to promote other business ventures. Again, when we go back to her first appearance last season, she showcased a lot of businesses and that were attributed to her. I heard rumors that her and Rick weren't as wealthy as they once were. Rick, they still have power. Like they ain't broke. Maybe they lost out on 100 million, but they still had hundreds of more millions to spend. Like they weren't on notice of getting kicked out of their house or nothing. But nonetheless, it was an opportunity to branch out into the Hilton brand.
Okay,
that's why I think she did.
Okay, I think it was a combination. I think Mims hit the nail on the head. She did get a lot of bad publicity. The whole Hilton family got a lot of bad publicity after the documentary and the book came out, and Paris did her tour. And it was a way to sort of rebrand herself, because the reality is nobody knows Kathy Hilton. You know what I mean? Not this generation. They don't really, you know what I mean? So it was a way to sort of rebrand her. All right, let's get into this review. It started off, they were talking about Sutton. Don't nobody care about Sutton's dating life. Moving on. Then they talked about Erica and her dating life. Do we care about that either?
I want to know who some of her clients are.
Listen, me too. They said they exposed the guy that's paying her legal bills. And then allegedly that pool house that she's living in belongs to one of her, suitors as well. I don't know that to be true.
But how we gonna get? You know what I did not appreciate? I don't appreciate her living in this pool house, and we went the whole season, and none of the girls said nothing about it.
What were they supposed to say about what? They talked about
now she living in somebody's pool house. Now they made it seem like that she was living in the whole house. Every time they show that house, we see a pool house. You know what I'm saying? We don't see a full house. It's like she's living with someone. She's not living in something by herself.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, my bad. You lost me. You know what? That's interesting, because you're right. When she first moved in there, it made it seem like she was just renting, but it was like a smaller house that just happened to have a pool. Yeah, but she's living in the actual pool house, and allegedly the person that pool house belongs to is one of her, special friends. Allegedly.
Well, only thing we know about the new man that she with now is that he could stay up all night. And that's more than what Tom could do.
Let me tell you something. But let me tell you why I was mad about that comment. What you're not gonna do is sit here and throw in Tom's face what you knew he couldn't do when you met him. Tom was 60 when you met him, girl. He wasn't keeping it up when y'all was dating. So don't try to come back now and act like this was some big, it's nice to be. You chose to be with
But I missed that. It's been 20 years. I was married to this man for 20 years. She was a long-suffering wife.
But she chose that world.
She wasn't.
She chose it.
You're not going to get me to believe that she wasn't getting some on the side. One, and two, she made it clear, if y'all listen to her, where she was like, he did for me and my son. She married for stability. She wasn't marrying for the other thing.
Yeah, I believe she was getting some like he was getting some.
I think that her coochie is probably as cold as her heart. They probably put his to sleep.
Speaking of a cold heart, that takes us right into the next part of the episode. They start talking about, once again, Erica and the victims and the earrings. This is my 2-piece on it, and then I'm gonna open it up to the panel. I'm gonna need them to stop making Erica care. Erica has told y'all in 500 different ways that she don't give a damn about them victims. She don't give a damn about how y'all feel about them victims, and that all she care about is her and getting herself back to where she was, however she got to get there. I don't know why they keep trying to make her care, and she done told them she don't. Now, how do y'all feel about her and these victims, child?
It's just a storyline for everybody. Listen, my heart goes out to the victims too. But if I was Erica, I can't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta come first. Y'all not about to leave me broke. Y'all not.
I disagree. Off topic a little bit. I think that Erica, if she gets kicked off the show, she's going straight to OnlyFans. I don't think that she has anything in her, any type of like moral fortitude that would stop her. She's gonna go straight to OnlyFans, and she's probably gonna make a lot of money. She's just waiting to get kicked off.
Only because this show right now is her main source of income, and it's already been exposed that a lot of those performances that she was doing, they were paying the people to have her come out and perform for them. So it's obvious she really didn't have a fan base. She didn't have talent. There weren't people calling Erica Jane.
Child, what you think, y'all? Hey, Scotty. Mwah.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, Scotty.
I'm just gonna not say nothing because I'm cold too. So, like she said, those are not her victims, and that's all I gotta say about that.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give her a little bit. First of all, y'all know I used to be an Erica Jane fan, so y'all know I used to love me some Erica Jane. So it's just hurting my feelings now. But anyway, I will say this though. I do feel like there's a legal thing in there where she can't acknowledge their victims as long as she's a part of a lawsuit where they're saying she had something to do with what happened to them. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just wondering if there is a real reason why she can't acknowledge. I don't know.
For legal reasons. For legal
reasons. Now these daggone earrings. Why she couldn't just be like, yeah, I want my damn earrings back. They mine and I want them. Like, why? I just don't understand why she got to talk in riddles. Like,
I think because it would have made her look bad.
And honestly, maybe and this is just
looking bad.
But honestly, for legal purposes, also, lawyering is simply negotiating. You never take. So yeah, you go through the appeals process because what if in the appeal they find out maybe they made an error and maybe you don't owe as much as they said you owe, or maybe you get an opportunity to put forth something else. Like, you never know. Like, yeah, I get it. I think a lot of people just want her to just roll over and just hand it all over, but legally there is something there where it's like she is admitting to fault. And then that's where it can become almost like a raping of some sort.
Okay, so I hear what you're saying, little baby. The only issue I take with that is if it was Keisha who was dating Tyrone and Tyrone got up on drug charges, they're taking it all. They're commandeering the house, any money that you had on hand, vehicles, it's all gone. So the fact that this white, sorry if you have any Caucasians, but the fact that you have this white woman who the courts are teetering with, okay, maybe we'll do this, or maybe you'll file the appeal. They can commandeer your money with just the belief that, okay, you might have sold drugs. They have actually traced those earrings back to the account that is client's money that he took it out of to pay for. So that really infuriates me. The privilege of it all, to be a white woman with stolen property in your ear, to say it's yours because you slept with a wrinkled old dick, and have us fight for you to keep them. That's ridiculous.
And that's that is such a valid complaint. Go ahead, Gabor.
No, I'm saying, I'm keeping them in my ear. I slept with this man. I'm keeping these earrings.
That's a valid comparison because you're absolutely correct. If you are arrested on drug, or whomever is arrested on drug charges, anything that the government even suspects that you pay for with those ill-gotten, gains, it's gone. If you bought your mama a house, it's gone. If you bought your auntie a house, it's gone. If you opened up a business and you have employees, it is being closed immediately. Like, that's valid. And when you put it on that level, then it just shouldn't be an argument. It just shouldn't. But it's the privilege of it all, child.
That's the same thing they did to Lisa Ray when when her husband had ended up getting in trouble. For a long time, they had to wait and see what was what to split up some money to make sure what was what. So she was living in limbo like Erica Jane is now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she didn't have no money left from the Players Club.
Oh.
They was trying to separate it. They was trying to separate his money from her money.
Well, he really didn't have any money. It was all his family's money.
She didn't.
I thought it was the government's money.
Tracy, we have guests over here. Don't be putting my business out. We got guests over here today. We got guests.
What is she talking about? That man that you were sharing that massage with at the hotel?
See, they go men. They go men. They go. Listen.
All right.
My subscribers swear that in a past life I was a drug kingpin's woman.
Mm-hmm.
They may or may not be right, but that's not the point. That's not the point. There's 123 people in the chat. Please, if you have not already hit that like button, please do. Thank you to Tracy, my mod, who is dropping the links in the chat of the people on this panel. Remember, make sure y'all check them out as well. If you're not already subscribed to the people up here, make sure y'all check them out. I know Lil Baby got something coming soon for y'all, so when she drop it, we're gonna drop it, okay?
What kind of drug? Because all drug dealers ain't created equal. What was your boyfriend selling?
Moving on. Moving on.
It must have been the cheap stuff. It's okay.
You know what I'm saying? We got guests over here today. Moving on. So after all of this went down, according to my notes, that's when Kathy shows up. Dun, dun, dun. Of course, it was a whole moment. They had to, give us all the hype of it all. Kathy's in the back, laughing it up with her glam. And, it was a whole moment. Kathy comes out and Erica and Lisa don't even speak to her. Did y'all
Why would they? Why would they?
I'm just saying.
They did speak though. When she spoke, she said, "Hey, ladies," they did speak.
Everybody spoke when Kathy came out except for them. And then she said, "Hey, ladies," and then they spoke. It's passive aggressive. It's not that major. I just thought I would bring it up that day.
Well, I mean, both sides were being, because even when Kathy said the way she said "hi, ladies," or "hello," how the hell she said it, that was very passive aggressive.
It was a boss move. It was a boss move, y'all.
I still wouldn't know it. I would
have.
It was a boss move.
Yeah. Also,
here they go. These two about to start. I feel it.
You know they about to get started. Also, I feel like it was a nice jab that she threw out, because at first they brought up how she don't know how to DM people, she don't know how to text people, and that she was posted a public, cry to her husband, come and get me, if she thought it was a DM.
I believe it.
And she said, "Well, I deleted it 20 minutes later, like Lisa Rinna does." I loved it.
Well, look. I do want to say I believe that only because I was here for Kathy for a lot, but when this heifer had the nerve to say, "Well, the text messages are not on my phone," like Kathy.
Oh, Kathy. I don't know who told her to say that.
I mean, she lied all the way through. So if you ask me, everything was a lie.
I don't now. Well, we know you think that, but when she did that, I said, "Kathy."
I know it.
I said, "Kathy, stop, Kathy. That was not, girl. Just because it's not on your phone don't mean you didn't." That's what now listen, I was with Kathy with a lot of stuff, but I never doubted that Kathy sent that text message. I never doubted that.
Oh Lord, here we go.
So we start with the tequila moment down to the hat shop.
I'm sorry. Can we start with the fact that Kathy had on some multi-million-dollar earrings? That earring was like this big on each ear. And that
you think that was a jab at Erica?
Of course it was a jab at Erica. She had on ginormous studs. That was a jab at Erica. And the only thing that she could do, I will leave this chat and come back up with that picture. I will send it to Really Be during. I'll send it to you.
They said that her necklace was $10 million. They said the necklace that she had was $10 million.
Looking like money. The only thing that I think that she could do better would be to buy Erica's earrings when they go up for auction.
That's what. Oh my gosh, you talk about checkmate. But why is she carrying that damn purse?
Because I gotta keep because baby Erica Jane is here.
She still. She steals.
What do you mean? Her stuff and shit back there, her glam squad back there. Where's my purse?
I said, Kathy, girl. But yeah, okay, yeah, I definitely got to go back and look at that because I really didn't pay much attention.
I didn't either.
I'll send you to you.
But listen, I said, but I know she's money, so listen. So
that outfit was everything. That outfit was everything.
It was custom made, Oscar De La Renta.
Yeah, she likes Oscar De La Renta. That's one of her favorite designers. Not they said, "Man's where you get that wig, child."
I've been laughing at him playing with the wig the whole like.
Right, because he plays with it and everything. Right.
I'm like, oh god.
I got this wig from Heavenly Beauty. I sent you the picture, and you tell me they're bigger than Erica's.
I think that we can't really see we couldn't really see them, y'all, is because her hair was covering them. But they are. I'm looking at them now. They are really big. The way that her hair was done, you couldn't really see them, but in certain movements, she make you could see them.
Yeah, pull it up.
Sorry, wrong one. Did you email it to me or you sent it on Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay. All right, give me a minute. All right, I'm gonna put it up in a second. Let me go into Instagram and get it set up. So, Men's is really enjoying playing in that wig, child. Y'all know that.
Wait, no, somebody asked him where are the lips.
Yeah, I went and looked for them, but because it's Halloween, so I thought I'd be able to find some stuff, but there was like prosthetics, and I was like, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, that's the only thing missing are the lips, honey. But you'll get it together. You'll get it together. So we talk about this hat shop situation down to what do y'all feel like? That was all about?
Well, I mean, I think she was trying to get it out, but Kyle wouldn't let her. But I think her whole thing is she walked in, saw the tequila, and in her mind had already made up, oh, this is Kyle trying to put my stuff on display. And in her saying that, it makes sense why she was trying to move it to the front. So like that made sense. So she had an unrealistic expectation that wasn't founded in anything. And then when she saw that's what wasn't what it was, is when she got in her bag. Now, I didn't appreciate her line and saying that Lisa didn't piss her off because obviously she did, and that added to it. But the misunderstanding, like it made sense. It's just Kyle wasn't trying to hear it and just wanted to be a victim the whole entire time.
That's what was pissing me off about Kyle, the victimhood. I'm like, bitch, I'm a Capricorn like you. I see you playing the long game.
We need to fire her. We need to get her off the team. She need to go.
Lord. All right. Gabor. Going back to Kathy's tantrum down to the hat shop. How did you feel about that?
I understand what she was trying to say.
Okay, all right.
But she was trying to lie her way up out of it, and I'm glad that Andy called her out on it. Baby, you were upset. You were upset. And she had to agree that that Lisa Rinna was very supportive of her drinking. She stood up there and had to admit it. They showed flashbacks of her shoving her drinks down their throat 5 times.
But she even said she didn't know in those other moments if it would have been shown. And
she shoved it down 5 times.
Okay, but we finally didn't see it until Aspen. And then they rolled it back to show us all.
Oh, no, we saw that. We saw him. We saw him I saw it when she came in there with the drink at the Toothless, not homeless, not toothless.
And they refused to drink it.
No.
They refused. Erica said, I'm not doing it. Rinna said, no, thank you. Garcelle said, not right now. Sutton said she doesn't drink
at the Toothless, not homeless thing.
That's where that was at Diane's party, right?
At Diana's party, Lisa Rinna drunk it, and she asked her how did it taste on camera. Lisa Rinna said that she only drunk it because she had COVID and she couldn't really taste anything.
So that's not okay.
Baby, we drunk it on camera. We drinking it. It's Kathy's dream. It's Kathy's dream.
Let's not pretend like this. These women did not want to give Kathy that moment because they don't feel Kathy deserves it. She's a friend of the show. She does not have to give a percentage of the sales or whatever to Bravo. So they don't want her to have the same privileges as a full-time cast member. That's also why, because Kathy wanted more money, I'm pretty sure Kyle said, well, if you come just towards the end of the season, we'll push your product. And I don't even think it's so much about Kathy. I think it's because Kathy, as a mom, is doing that with her daughters. I think that's where this is all coming from. Kathy, I don't think could care less about much of anything except her slippers and her potatoes filled with caviar. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't think that Kathy really cares. She's coming on camera looking a mess. She's fine with being the joke and the butt of a joke, scene after scene. But you gonna hawk my tequila. You better
I'm
clear out
not.
every drink, and that's why Kyle will never be Kathy, and that's why I'm going to your wedding.
Bam,
Kathy,
bam.
listen,
That's exactly why.
listen. The thing is, we could drink the drink on camera. We have drunk the drink
You
on
said
camera.
you
but
couldn't taste it. They refused.
It doesn't matter. I drunk
really,
it. The camera see
no,
me drinking it.
no, that does
I
matter.
don't.
That's
If
just
I
like
don't
saying
like
I
it, it
drank
does not
but I
matter.
gave
What
it
if
a
the
bad
drink tastes
review.
bad and you still want me to say that it's good?
Yes, you better say
No,
that
I'm not doing
it
all
tastes
that.
like-
And
Come
that
on,
wasn't the
Gabor,
first
That's what they
time.
all do.
That
Gabor,
wasn't the first. That wasn't the first
Gabor,
time that they drunk it either. That wasn't
but
the first
Gabor,
time
they
that they
all
drunk
do
it.
that. They all
They
lie
all
to
do
each
what?
other. They told Dorit that them ugly ass, expensive ass wedding dresses were beautiful. They told Dorit that them ugly bathing suits were beautiful. They told Lisa Rinna that the lip kits were beautiful. Like, they all lied to each other. All they had to do was drink the shit, say it was great, and move on.
Right.
I-
But she
I
said, I can't. She didn't
1000.
even give her a thing. She said, I can't taste it. She didn't even give her that moment. The audience had no idea what it tastes like. So all
I
Rena had to do
mean-
was say, it's good, it's smooth. Oh, no, I can't taste it. I drank it, but I can't. Like, that's bull. And you know it's bull.
That wasn't the first time that she drunk it, though. What I'm saying is Kathy had put that drink in front of them at least 4 or 5 times. Okay?
And you better
They
drink
drunk the
it 4 or 5
drink.
times.
You know what I'm
Which
saying?
for me is why Kathy was upset in Aspen and why she automatically assumed that the setup was for her, because I believe Kyle told her, come on this show and hawk your Patron. I believe Kyle
that.
told her that.
I don't think that. Let me say. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Yon. Then I'm gonna say my piece because you've been waiting. Go ahead.
I just want to say, as a hood dude, I look at this differently, because if you finna sit here and be like, oh, free drinks, well, give me the whole damn bottle. I'm gonna be over here nursing this bottle by my damn self. Like, it is what it is.
And-
so I'm just saying, like, I would have been so many sheets to the wind. Okay, I'm just saying.
And in the words of Dwight, cash, bitch, give me cash. If I'm gonna be drinking this drink every event, you gonna be throwing this drink down my throat. I need money. Pay me.
So let me ask y'all this: why do y'all think? Because they kept cutting Kathy off, but I caught enough of it that Kathy said she thought, and Mims, you just said this too. She thought that setup was for her. She thought that there was something happening with the tequila for her, and that's part of the reason why she got so upset. Do you think Kyle insinuated that to her? Do you think she just got that in her head? Like, why would you think just randomly that something at this hat shop was going to be about you and your tequila? Like, why do y'all think she kind of had that mindset?
They
She
did
thinks
those
everything's about
snowboard
her.
shots. Remember, they did the snowboard shots of her tequila. They had several bottles already physically there, so I think she knew, like, okay, they're going to have a showcase. I guess she probably just didn't know to what extent.
Okay,
That's really messed up. I'm sorry. Their expectation is that Kathy is not going to have any type of fit about somebody promising her something that she doesn't get. When Kyle had a fit that Dorit decided to stay with Erica, she cried and everything. Nobody talked about that tantrum that she threw. It's the exact same thing. I'm having this event at Kimosabi. I put this together, and I need you to be there. And I was gonna buy your children hats and all this kind of stuff. The exact same fit that Kathy had, Kyle had, for the exact same reason.
And the reason that Kyle had the fit, for those of y'all who don't know, is because the more people that show up to your event, the greater chance it will actually get premiered on the show.
That's
so
true
if,
too. Yeah.
Like if you think about with Potomac, hate to go there, when Monique had her birthday party for her child, the only person that showed up was Karen. So all we got was a quick flashback of it. So that's also why she was mad, because, okay, the three of y'all are over there and the rest of us are over here. Who's to say that either one of these things is going to get picked up?
So what you're saying is Monique was exploiting her children for camera time? Because I believe it.
Not.
Oh, Lord. Okay, hold on. Put a pin in that real quick. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole, but you know that the rumor is allegedly is a blind item that Monique actually leaked that story to People Magazine herself. You know, that's that was a blind item that I think Bravo and Cocktails posted, that Monique actually leaked that story. But anyway, we ain't going down that rabbit hole.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. But Cali girl, that's exactly what I was saying too. Every time Kathy tried to explain why she got upset at the tequila situation, at the hat store, Kyle overtalked her, which makes me think that what she was trying to say might have had some validity, because Kyle would not let her get that story out. And I agree with what Mem said. If they made her believe that in some way this was going to be quote unquote like about her or about the tequila, she had every right to get pissed off about it. And if that were the case, then I doubled down on Lisa Rinna doing that shit on purpose.
But we know that for a fact. We could speculate, but we don't know. Kathy said that she thought that Kyle was going to be doing that event for her tequila. So that's Kathy's being rich, thinking everything is about her. Everything is not about you, Mama. Everything is not about you. I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice for Kyle to do that. You know what I'm saying? But unless you had a conversation with her and she told you she was going to do that, you know what I'm saying? It's unfair. And she thinks that Kyle has, just because Kyle has been on the show since day one, that she has authority over these girls. I think that was unfair to her to get upset at Kyle like that because Rinna ordered a drink. It'd have been different if Kyle had ordered the 818. You know what I'm saying? But Rinna can order what she wants.
Okay, so let's say that they're in a store. Let's say that these women are in a store and they're having a group event, and you have Fenty Beauty and Rinna Beauty, and Kathy, who can actually say Rihanna is my friend because Rihanna follows her, they've hung out, says, well, actually, I don't want your lip. Yeah, I don't want your lip kit. I want to go with Fenty Beauty. Let me try that lip kit. Rinna would have a fit. And I told y'all on my show last night, Rinna had to backtrack. She is not friends with that Jenner girl, and she had to admit it. She says she knows the family, but
her daughter dated Scott, and that's as close as her ass done came.
So I think it's different. Just me personally.
I really believe that Kathy had expectations. Again, this wasn't supposed to be Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This was supposed to be a show about the Richards sisters. Well, I guess you would say Richards sisters, even though Kathy isn't a Richard originally. But it was supposed to be a show about Kim, Kyle, and Kathy. But Kathy didn't want any parts of it. It was primarily Kyle's brainchild, and from day one, she's always had a heavy hand in production. And so I do believe that there was behind the scenes talk with Kathy on how they were going to promote this tequila, and what other products, because again, we go back last season, Kathy was promoting a lot of stuff. But what I also believe happened with the disruption, to piggyback on what Mem said with her being a friend of the show, she's a friend of the show wanting more pay, and she's a friend of the show not doing as much filming, but you want more pay. And we know that was a huge issue with them and Denise Richards, because she was like the highest paid housewife at like $4 million a season. They didn't like that. And Denise was almost kind of like Kathy. Of course, Denise had her day job at the soap opera, so she would at times have to come in and film late. And then they would say when she got there to film, she made a big stink about a lot of things. Yet she was paid the most.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think, and on top of that, Kathy became a fan favorite.
I think that's really what I mean. Everything you said is valid, but I think that's really the biggest part of it. Kathy came on that show and everybody loved her. She became a fan favorite. Everybody loved Kathy last year. Kathy, look at, even with the reunion last year, like, since when is a friend of the show sit on the couch as long as Kathy sat on that couch last season? And I think that really what bothered Kyle. I think that irritated Kyle. And as a result, because of Kyle's friends, they was riding hard with her or riding hard for her. But I honestly think that had a lot to do with what we saw this season. And going back to what that unseen footage where Erica called Kyle out for saying, well, you wanted, you told me you were glad that this, came out, and Kyle was like, why would you say that? I agree. I think a lot of it goes back to the fact that Kathy came on the show and took over. Like she just did.
That's a good point, really. That's like a really good point, because this was the first reunion where people were not allowed to finish watching the rest of the scenes from the show prior to the reunion. So they did not know if that little scene from Erica made it to the actual show or not.
Oh.
So that might be why that didn't get discussed.
That's the other thing I skipped over too. My bad. They talked about they talked about Erica's drinking, so they brought up the Garcelle and what happened with her son. And I'm not Gabor. I know he about to go, but
I'm not.
But I am going to say this. I do agree that I feel like as drunk as Erica was, anybody could have got it. But I understand what Garcelle was saying, that hearing about it and seeing it were two different things. And the fact that Dorit and Kyle thought the shit was funny, and she tried to say, well, I didn't see it. It doesn't matter. You hear a story about a friend of yours cussing out another friend of yours' son. I don't understand what's funny about that. So
they were sober. They were sober and laughing.
Right. You see what I'm saying? I don't see what was funny about that. And I do think that her point was valid to say, if that had been Portia and if that had been me cussing at Portia, it would have been a whole nother conversation and y'all wouldn't have found that shit funny. But
or if that was her cursing at Phoenix. The Reese little girl.
The Reese little bitch.
And I think that it was funny that Kyle kept on trying to say,
Phoenix,
well, everybody knows me. I'm a mom. You know what I'm saying? But you don't look at Garcelle's son as like he's part of your village, because you would have never thought it was funny in the first place.
Right.
And for Mauricio, and you don't even have to see it. You didn't have to see it. It could just be a child. And for Mauricio to say, well, I'm glad that she did it. What?
Right. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Like, it was nothing funny about that. Jessica, they always take the reunion before the season's over, but what Mims is saying is generally, even though they tape the reunion early, all of the people, the ladies or whoever's on the show, they get the rest of the episodes so they can see the rest of the episodes before the show aired. Like, for example, last year with the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, that hot mic moment with Lisa, with Lisa, Meredith had just seen that right before they filmed the reunion, because she just saw the rest of the season. And remember, that hot mic moment was what, the last episode or the next to last episode, and that's why she was so pissed off at the reunion, because she had just seen it, because they showed her they get to see the rest of the season. What Mims is saying is they didn't do that this year. Those ladies walked in.
She's a whore. She's sleeping with everybody.
Right. That those ladies walked in not knowing what was going to be shown on those last 4 or 5 episodes. So that's very interesting that they didn't let them see what was going to be shown.
I also want to say, to quote Queen Kim, let's talk about the husbands. Better yet, where were they? Why weren't they there? Because I feel like Bravo was protecting them.
But for the last couple of seasons and stuff, they haven't been there.
And to be honest with you, it's just because we know Rick Hilton ain't coming. It's just gonna be Mauricio and PK. Erica don't have no husband. Garcelle don't have a husband. Crystal husband ain't coming. He might come, but what does he have to add to the show?
But that goes to show.
And we know Harry Hamlin ain't coming. So,
but with the Black Housewives, right? It's like their husbands have to be a part of their storyline, and their marriages are constantly attacked, right? But over here with Beverly Hills, their husbands don't have to participate. Why not?
Well, I'm gonna just say,
Kyle thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a Beverly Hills thing, because the New Jersey husbands damn near take over the show. Like, they really need their own show. Like the New Jersey
Would you
husbands
stop campaigning?
They need their own show.
They need their own show.
They really do. They need their own show.
I think before we move on from Garcelle, as much as I like Garcelle, I do feel like if that had been Kenya with her daughter, if that had been Portia with her daughter, if that had been Nene with either of her sons, it would have been a different reaction. I do sometimes feel like Garcelle is so concerned with that whole angry black woman adage that she tones it down a little bit. if there was ever a time to turn it up to 200, this would have been it, because you now know just how she spoke to your child.
Absolutely.
Like, you should get popped in your mouth, like literally, at this point. So
But
the
I'm
fact
gonna
that
tell you, go ahead. I'm sorry, ma'am.
no, that was the only issue I took with Garcelle. Now you know exactly what happened. Now is your time to stay on the rings of her throat. Like, put your foot on every ring on her throat.
Now, Mims, on the off topic, you said Nene and Jonathan and you jumped out the damn Raptors. I said, this ain't got nothing to do with Nene, Jonathan.
You missed it. We had a whole Nene conversation yesterday. You weren't here. You missed the whole conversation.
I think Garcelle isn't a 200 kind of person. Even she said if she was on Atlanta or hell, even Potomac, where they really don't be reading on Potomac, if you ask me, she couldn't handle them girls. She get eaten alive. So I don't really think she's that kind of person.
I think Garcelle got the best revenge by becoming friends with Kathy Hilton, becoming friends with Lisa Vanderpump, filming Vanderpump Rules. And I would not be surprised if when she filmed that scene, or however many scenes she filmed on Vanderpump Rules, that she threw some shade at the ladies on the show. I think Garcelle is one of those people that moves in silence, and I feel like because the fact that irks them, the fact that she's friends with Kathy Hilton, that bothers them, and that you saw how irritated they were with the whole Lisa Vanderpump thing. I just think that bothers them more than her cussing them out.
Where was Kathy when these bots came after Jackson? Where was Kathy? What was Kathy saying? You see, she's friends with Kathy, but Kathy never shows up. Kathy does not show up for Garcelle. Kathy was not at Garcelle Haitian dinner last year. You know what I'm saying? And when she invited Kathy to her party, Kathy said, Pasadena, darling, Pasadena, I'll pass, but I'll send you a Birkin purse. You know what I'm saying? So she's friends with Kathy, but Kathy's not friends with her.
She sent the butler to help out.
At that party. Oh, so Garcelle actually had 2 events this season, and Kathy didn't make neither one of them. She had 3 events.
That's a point, though, Gabor. That is a point. I had to give you that. That's a point. Kathy was also filming another show. Well, there you go. Maybe that's what it was.
And she last year too.
Yeah, last year she was filming Paris in Love or Paris.
I mean, wait, but not just that. That event she sent her butler to. You also got to remember that was off the heels of the Aspen trip. She did that one party at Crystal's house, and we didn't see her after that.
Until she was apologized.
The party at Crystal House was directly after the Aspen trip.
Right, yeah.
So she could have made it to Garcelle event. The fact is, the girl don't show up for Garcelle like she don't show up for Garcelle like Garcelle show up for her is all I'm saying.
Well, let's get into these meat and potatoes. So let's get to the night at the club, child. Now I'm gonna just tell y'all what the people have said. People had said that they went to the club. Kathy said she wanted to get the party started, so she went to the DJ booth. The DJ was ignoring her. That's the first thing that pissed Kathy off. How dare you ignore me? Who the hell do you think you are? Then she goes to the manager. The manager blows her off, basically tells her, we're too busy for all that tonight. Go sit down, enjoy what the DJ is playing. She said, do you know who the hell I am? The manager said, I don't care who you are. She said, well, I do this everywhere I go. Okay, when I want to hear a song, the DJ plays the song. How much is it going to cost me to get the DJ to play the song? The manager said, ma'am, I don't care how much money you have. I don't care who you are. Go sit down. He said, where are you from? That's the third thing that pissed her off, because now it's, well, how dare you ask me who I am? I am Kathy motherfucking Hilton, okay? He said, well, I don't care who you are. You from LA? Take your ass back to LA. Now, on her way back, Erica claims that when she walked past Erica, she made a homophobic slur. We're going to come back to that part. Then she rolls up on Kyle and she says, Kyle, get your shit. We getting the hell out of here. Let's go. Kyle was like, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but I'm a grown-ass woman. You ain't going to talk to me like you used to talk to me. I'm not who I used to be. And if you want to leave, you can leave, but I ain't going nowhere. So Lisa and Crystal decide they're going to get Kathy out of there because Kathy is throwing a whole hissy fit. Crystal can't get her her coat out of coat check fast enough. So that is how Lisa Rinna and Kathy Hilton end up in the Sprinter by their damn selves. Now, I added a little shit to the sauce, but that's story went.
To the sauce. Damn it.
That's how I feel like it went down. But honestly, I believe Kathy Hilton threw a fit. I believe that Kathy Hilton felt disrespected. I believe Kathy Hilton felt like they weren't, respecting her authority. And I do feel like she threw a whole hissy fit. How do y'all feel about the story as it was told?
I can't believe it. That sounds about right. I mean, I think I would throw the same hissy fit if I was Kathy Hilton. How dare you? It's not like I'm not paying you money. I'm not being a cheap ass. I'm pretty sure she was paying more than 50. And it's common wherever she goes. And this goes back to Diana. I remember her saying, you know how this goes. You've been in this circle, in this lifestyle longer than I have been. You need to pay the DJ.
But it sounds like she tried. Yeah, it sounds like she tried to pay. Gabor, how you feel about, we're going to get to the Erica part in a minute, but how you feel about just the story that they told us last? I think that was the most.
That was the story that Kathy told.
Right. But they told it last night too, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying, that's the story that they told. I believe it. Look, okay. Kathy think that her money could buy everything. Kathy, it's 5 of y'all in here. Kathy, it's 5 people in here. It's 5 of y'all in here, and you want to pay me to play music. It's 200 other people in here, and you think you about to pay me to mess up this experience for everybody else to please y'all? No, ma'am. She wasn't even a member of the club.
Now I do that though. I really do tip the DJ. If I want to hear the City Girls, I want to hear the City Girls.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. That's protocol.
But he doesn't have to, though. Does he?
If you make a request, you're supposed to make a request with something in your palm.
I've never ran into a DJ that didn't take my money.
But what I'm saying is, just because she offered, does that mean that he has to? It sounds like we're saying because that's Kathy Hilton, he should have did what she did. He has a right to say no.
Let me be clear. I am not defending Kathy Hilton's behavior at all. I'm gonna tell you what I don't believe, but I believe that much of the story. I told y'all she had a white woman, a rich white woman hissy fit. She absolutely did. She absolutely had that. I believe 100% of my bones. Now, I do not believe that she just casually threw out a homophobic slur as she was walking past Erica.
Oh, girl, please. She wasn't. Oh, girl, please. Baby, she said that.
Go ahead, y'all.
But she wasn't running by her and said it. They was actually having a conversation, and she said that. But what happens was, let me tell you, I have seen people say stuff that doesn't mean that she's a homophobe. I think that we're saying that she didn't say that slur because she's not homophobic, right? I think that.
Go ahead.
You think she's above saying the F word?
I just don't. Do I think she said something? Yes. I just don't think that's what she said. Now, listen. That's just me. I think she probably called him an asshole. Maybe she called him an MF, or maybe I just don't. Right, exactly. Because first of all, they lied. The rumor was that she said a homophobic slur to Sutton's assistant, and then come to find out Sutton's assistant wasn't even in Aspen. So I just felt
that was something that was leaked, though. What I'm saying is, when we hear people say that at first it was about this, it was first it was about that. Did Erica say that? Right? Did the people that was on the cast say it, or were bloggers saying it to
Erica
make the channels pop?
Erica
said that they said it.
The only person who heard it was Erica Jane. So
what I'm asking, Mims, is that Erica Jane say it was about the assistant? Is what I'm asking. Did Erica say that it was about Sutton's assistant?
No,
Erica never put her name on it.
That's what I'm saying.
Erica never put her name on it, but we're not. The audience is not stupid. If only one person heard it.
That's not what I'm saying, Mims. What I'm saying is the rumor was that she called somebody a slur, and everybody is assuming. If somebody said that it was Sutton's assistant, what I'm saying is, did the person who said that when the rumor came out, did you hear the person? Did you hear somebody on the cast say they said this about the assistant, or did somebody go too far in what they were saying? We know how this works all the time. People come with stories and they try to make it seem like they got the exclusive, and they throw a name out there. They had to be talking about this person that wasn't true at all. What I'm asking, you said that Erica said it. Did Erica come out of her mouth and say that? Did you hear Erica put out there Did you hear Erica say that it was about what's the man name? Waylon?
I didn't hear none of it other than Erica. She say that Erica said that because somebody in the chat said as you say, Gabor, where's the proof? So you so sure Erica said it. Where's the proof, Gabor?
I'm not sure. I'm so quick that she said what?
No, Gabor is saying
that
that
no,
that's
that
not what
Kathy
Gabor's
said.
saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wu Child is right. Erica Jane didn't open her mouth to the reunion. What I'm saying is,
She opened her mouth to leak that story.
But what I'm saying, the story. Okay, she opened her mouth to leak the story. We can agree with that. She said she was the only person who heard it. But when the story, did they say that it was? I believe that she did leak the story, right?
Right.
But the story that she leaked, did it say that it was what I'm?
We don't know what she leaked. We don't know what she leaked specifically. What we do know is there was.
That's what I'm saying.
There was some truth.
There was some truth to what they were saying, right? What I'm asking, what I'm trying to ask is, are they saying that it was about the story that was leaked? They made it seem like it was about this boy, Sutton's assistant.
Right.
They said there was two things. Sutton's assistant, she called the F word, and the DJ, she called the N word. Those are the two stories that got out there.
Yeah, and I'm still I don't know why the N word wasn't brought up, because that was the other thing. We didn't hear that through the season or even at this reunion. That was the other rumor.
And we also didn't get to hear the proof of how Kathy knew that it was Erica's assistant.
Yeah, they said they edited a lot of Lisa Rinna's quote unquote receipts out, which I don't know why they would edit that out. I don't know. But go ahead, y'all. You were gonna say something, my fat baby.
Kathy had her assistants and her
the only
manager.
thing I want to say is, did Kathy say it? I don't know. Can I believe she said it? Yes, I can. But what I feel is more vexing that I don't think anybody's talking about is Erica said with such ease, without thinking. She clearly said the word on stage rather than saying the F word, the N word. She blatantly said it in front of her boss.
Yeah, she did.
Which lets you know she says that word frequently, because anybody that can just spew it out without thinking.
I disagree with that now, friend.
Well, we can disagree.
Because if we're gonna say what a person said, we gotta say it, right?
No.
You don't. If you know that a word is culturally unacceptable, that's why a lot of people because they said the N word. They don't just come out and say it with the strong ER. Be like, no, they said the N word. Like, people know that's not a word, especially if I'm not of that group. I can't say that. So
that man on Spotify did. Joe Rogan did. Joe Rogan said it.
He sure did, and he got a whole lot of flack for it. He got a lot of flack for doing it. I see the point you're making, y'all. And my thing is this: Cali Girl, they weren't mic'd up when they were in the club. The club didn't allow mic or any cameras. That's why nothing that happened in the club. We don't have, so they weren't mic'd up in the club. We don't have any audio or visual from the club, and all this happened allegedly in the club. So,
but I do want to say, you cannot have me believe that the house did not have all cameras in. And the reason I say that, if y'all watch the Ultimate Girls Trip 2 panel from BravoCon, and you hear Dorinda saying how 10 days before, how all these people was there. They were setting up cameras, and I believe one of the other girls said they were having a conversation, and all of a sudden a camera just swung around to catch the conversation. So they had cameras in Cal's estate. You mean to tell me
they absolutely had?
Not
they had
one
cameras
camera caught this meltdown.
And I don't believe they didn't have no cameras in that van either. I don't believe that either.
I don't believe that either.
This is what I heard about the Sprinter.
Because those weren't just random Ubers. Those were Bravo, because Lisa said, I called the cars to come and get us. So
Crystal.
Those were their cars.
Yeah.
So
this is what I heard about. This is what I heard about the cameras. They said while they were in the club, the cameramen were across some way or however far away getting dinner. They were at a steakhouse eating. And so when all that popped, they didn't expect them to come out that quickly. I don't think they were in that long. So we're sitting down and we're eating, and now we have to scramble to rush and get out to go get our equipment and mic them up. Because again, they weren't mic'd. We got to mic them up. We got to set stuff up now. So that is why I don't believe there was footage on that Sprinter van. Now that house may be a different story. I do believe Kathy got footage.
Yes, I thank you, little baby 245, because that's all I want. I don't want to be. Look, we're gonna tell the truth now. It was cameras up in that house, and Kathy got that shit scratched. Okay, I'm sorry to cuss on your channel.
Gabor, I'm with you on that.
They had those cameras. They even had cameras on the porch when they was in South Carolina and Atlanta. Okay, that's
Gabor,
how we seen the girls in there with the party. Kathy got that stuff scratched off, and it will never see the light of day because that's the privilege of Kathy Hilton.
But I'm curious, and y'all let me know. Like, I'm trying to figure out how is it that we just sat here and talked about Kathy's meltdown, but we glanced over Erica's meltdown. And I mean, they glanced over that mug when she said a whole lot, like they just touched on it, but we spent all this time on what Kathy Hilton sort of kind of should have maybe said.
But I feel like that Erica has been had a meltdown ever since last season, right? I mean, she's had multiple season. She had more than one meltdown this year. I mean, my thing is, I feel like that Erica is going through something that we can see, and I feel like the girls keep on nitpicking with her.
It's called menopause.
She's not going to feel. She's not going to feel a way about the victims. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that we can all agree that she is going through something right now. That is a big. She's going through something that is life changing. We can't expect her to be having. You know what I'm saying? We can't expect Erica to be all lollipops and sunshine. But for Kathy Hilton to do this because the DJ didn't want to play a song that she requested, it's crazy.
Before we move on from Erica, I just want to say this: if your best friend, like let's just say me and Gabor are texting, and ReallyB then showed her ass at an event, and Gabor is telling me a play-by-play of ReallyB, you know, banging on the walls and throwing her glasses down and stumping on them and saying she's gonna destroy Scotty by Nature, Yocrates, Josiah's World. And I hold in the information to Gabor, well, she said the F word too. Like, that doesn't even make sense. That would have all been part of the same conversation.
I agree. She would have
texted Renna, well, the bitch said the F word about, you know what I mean?
That's probably what you would do, but I would not. If that happened, I wouldn't have texted you and said that you get what I'm saying? Just because I feel like that we want people to move the way that you move. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just being logical.
Well,
if you have two friends who are confiding, if you have two friends that are confiding in each other and you're laughing about it, then yes, it probably would have been a text message if they tell each other everything that relates to the show. That would be the natural thing. You're not going to hold that in until
they wasn't laughing.
We don't know what they were doing because
we don't know what they were doing, but you're saying that they're laughing.
What we do know is that Renna was saying some laughable shit when she was like, I've been attacked, I've been abused, I have PTSD, I have cancer because I'm gonna get cancer because I'm holding it in. Yeah, that's laughable.
She didn't say that in the text messages though. It's like you're blending stuff together.
No,
they were not laughing in the text messages. You're saying that they was laughing, and then I say they wasn't laughing, and you're saying,
well, you don't know that they weren't laughing, right?
And you don't know that they were.
Well. Right, you're speculating as well.
Okay, but now you're saying that she was saying some laughable stuff, but that was not in the text messages, though.
Oh no, I transitioned.
But what I'm saying is that, and I agree, I agree 100% with Mims. If me and Mims are texting about somebody showing their ass, and I got a story and you got a story, and it's from the same night, I'm gonna be like, oh, you think that's bad? Well, when she was at the club, she did da 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 da. Like, I'm absolutely going to say that. Like, especially, that'd be different if I said, well, 6 months ago, I wouldn't do that. But if this all happened on the same night, and you are texting me saying, oh my gosh, Kathy is having a whole fucking meltdown right now. Oh, I'm going to absolutely be like, oh, well, at the club, she said da 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 to me. Because it's all the same night. It's all one action. So I think that's very valid. My other question is this. Where the fuck was Mauricio? And Lisa, if you had time to text Erica a play-by-play, and you really, truly, let's just say for a minute we believe Renna. I know Gabor does, but let's say the rest of us believe Renna. If you really, truly believe that this woman was having a mental breakdown, that she was out of control, and you feared for your safety, why you didn't call production? Why you didn't call the hospital, an ambulance, 911? If this woman is breaking things and pounding the wall, and you feel like you are in fear of danger of yourself, and you fear danger for others, including you think she's gonna hurt herself, it makes no sense to me that all you do is text Erica Jane. You didn't even text her sister and say, Kyle, get your ass home. Your sister is tearing up your damn house. She has lost it. Like, come on. I'm not, it don't make no sense to me.
Yeah, that's still not making sense to me that Rinna is there texting Erica a play-by-play of everything Kathy is saying, but Kyle doesn't get any of that. That's still weird to me. But yeah.
And even if you didn't want to call the police because, okay, I don't want to put, because I know if I call the police, the news is going to get it. It's going, like, even if you thought that far ahead, why didn't you call production and say, we need you here now?
I think Kyle wanted that. I think Kyle wanted it to get out there, and Kyle wanted that to go down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Yep. I believe that Kyle wanted that to go down, and she wanted her sister to be exposed.
Absolutely.
I don't think she was upset that it got out. I'm gonna say that.
She wasn't upset it got out. Trust and believe Kyle was probably looking at that phone. Kyle was probably looking at that phone and acting like she didn't see what was going on.
I mean,
Kyle definitely was in on it, and that's why at the reunion she kept on trying to get Kathy. But why are you mad at me? Why are you mad at me? The girl clearly sitting up here saying she don't want to talk about it, but you want us to see this toxic relationship with her so we can feel bad for you, and I don't feel bad for you at all.
I agree with you on that too, Kyle. Because Gabor, I said that in my review. I said Kyle is still playing producer because Kathy told you I don't want to talk about it right now, and you were still trying to get a moment and create a scene. You know, with no, say it now, say it now, no, say it now. And I was like, you still playing producer. Like, you literally have ruined your relationship with your sister, and you are still playing producer. I said this. I agree with you on that one, Gabor.
And notice how when Garcelle was saying stuff that was for Kyle, she let it go. But when Dorit said something that was against her, Kathy wants you to take a little bit more accountability, Kyle. Well, can you let me do this between me and my sister? This is between me and my sister, and I don't want you to comment on this. You know what I'm saying? But when it's for you, bitch, you want people to say something. But now Dorit got to shut up because she holding you accountable. You got something to do with this too. You ain't innocent.
Technically, if they have the Fox Force whatever alliance, all it would have taken would be for Kyle to say this doesn't get out, flat out. That goes directly to you, Rinna, and you, Erica. If she didn't want it to be a storyline, she would have stopped it at you cut the head off the snake. She would have stopped it right then, and it wouldn't have been anything. There wouldn't have been leaked stories about Kathy doing that. The two stories that got leaked were Kathy saying the N-word, F-word, and then everything that happened in the house. The only person she said it to, allegedly, is Erica, and it got out. The only person who saw her tantrum was Rinna, and it got out. So it clearly, a blind person could see that this was contrived. Absolutely. And plotted out very well.
I agree. Cali Girl says, do we know for sure Lisa didn't text Kyle? They said that. Lisa said she was texting Erica, and Erica said she showed Kyle the text messages at one point or something like that. So by Lisa's own version of the story, she didn't text Kyle. So now I ain't seen nobody's phone, but
question: when we say that this is contrived, are we saying that this didn't happen, or are we saying that they leaked it? I'm confused.
I'm saying the scandal is. Yeah, I'm saying that the scandal was contrived. I think that Rinna saw an opportunity to secure her spot on the show. I do believe. I'm sure Kathy did say some of the things that she said, but like our host, she puts a little sauce on things. And Erica had a story, Rinna had a story, and they chose to leak it. Make it the new storyline. So I'm saying, yeah. And then they utilize Kyle somewhere in that mix.
I agree with that 100%. What I'm saying is it feels like that y'all are saying that Kathy didn't do nothing.
No, I said Kathy said some stuff. I'm just saying. Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying it feels like that y'all trying to say Kathy didn't do nothing and all of this stuff is. I believe that they leaked the story. Of course, I believe that they make. Of course, I 100% believe that they leaked the story. But I don't believe that Kathy is innocent. And also, I don't think that if Kyle didn't want this story to get out, if she, like you said, Mims, if we was going to cut it off at the head, girl, ain't no need for you to get on camera and apologize to me. Because ain't nothing happened. Apologize for what? What you talking about? And you over here with a peace shirt Mm-mm.
Let me say
Here is the
this.
thing.
There's nothing in my mind. I've said it from the beginning. I absolutely 100% believe that Kathy Hilton had a rich white woman tantrum. I absolutely believe that. What I do not believe is the level of how extreme the tantrum was. I think that's Lisa Rinna putting some shit on the sauce. Now, what her motive was, we can all speculate. Whether Kyle helped contrive it or just said, I don't care about it getting out, whatever. But I don't think anybody up here doesn't believe that Kathy acted a fool. I just don't believe that it was to the extreme that Lisa Rinna is trying to say. That I just don't believe that. I don't.
Because if they had that footage, I would be going up for Kathy so much. If Kathy was like, you bitches, I'm Kathy motherfucking Hilton, and you bitches ain't leaving with me. Y'all ain't leaving with me. Y'all peons. I would have been going up for Kathy.
No, if Kathy said that, I'd be like, damn, Kathy, okay, girl. Because that would not surprise me that Kathy has been rich a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's been rich longer than she was poor. She has had servants, she has had people kissing her ass, she has had people telling her that whatever she does is right. Kathy Hilton is a spoiled, rich, white woman living in this world where that is the top of the totem pole. I absolutely believe Kathy acted badly. I do.
Mm-hmm.
So if I saw footage of Kathy cussing and calling, I even believe a lot of what Lisa Rinna said about Bravo. I believe a lot of that too. I believe that she cussed out Bravo too. Because again, she was having, and she admitted that. She said, yes, I said some things because I thought I was talking to a friend. I was venting and the cameras weren't there. She said that. So she knew she felt like I'm in a safe space right now because the cameras aren't here and I'm just talking to Lisa in her mind. So she admitted that she said some shit she shouldn't have said. I just don't think it's to the extent that they're saying. That's just my opinion.
When you say to the extent, can you explain what you mean to the extent? Because I don't think that what she said was just so.
I don't believe the slurs. I don't believe the pounding on the wall and I don't the rage. I don't believe because you saw where she had to catch herself. You attacked me, and did you catch how Kyle looked at her when she said attack? The look on Kyle's face was almost like, okay, you went too far. And then she said, well, abused. I felt abused. And Garcelle was like, abused? I mean, abuse doesn't have to mean you hit me. It's like she kept dialing it back. Like, oh, wait a minute, I went too far.
That's too far.
Let me bring it back.
Blackheart wasn't too far. You had a mental break. That was
the devil. The devil. I saw the devil. Ain't no way she was. I believe that for me, for what I don't believe is that it was extreme that Lisa Rinna had to go to her room and lock the door. I believe that Kathy I don't think that Kathy is above none of that stuff. I don't believe she was beating on a wall. I believe that she stumped the glasses. Okay. But I don't believe that Lisa Rinna was so scared to where she had to go in her room and hide.
Yeah, all that. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Like, again, and I mean, the details, whatever, but I just think that Lisa Rinna exaggerated the story. And I'm with... That's
the soap opera in her.
It is. And Erica jumped on the bandwagon because Erica knew how that shit, whether she knew they were going to show it or not, she knew how that shit was going to play. That's why Erica played victim the next day and was crying and came on camera. That's why she did that whole scene that she let them film with her therapist where she was talking about her anger and stuff, looking all crazy like she had just had a chemical peel. All of that was contrived to soften that moment when we saw her talking about, I don't give a fuck about the victims. Like, all of that was contrived.
Mm-hmm.
You believe she cursed on her sister in Bravo? Yeah, I believe she cussed Kyle ass out. I believe everything. Now, everything they said she said about Kyle, I believe every single thing. I believe all of it.
And probably the stuff about Dorit and Crystal and them too, because she wanted
she said it. I believe that. I really do believe that. That's all I wanted y'all to admit.
Who cares if she don't have a coat? Bring your ass outside.
Yeah, get out here. I'm Kathy Hilton.
Right.
No,
right.
No, go ahead, little baby. I'm sorry.
No, I believe Rinna did put shit in the sauce because that has been Lisa Rinna from day one. That is who she is. She always brings that soap opera-ness to this show. And per Kathy, Rinna's contract she's in negotiations, and we're not going to play like the feedback has not been Lisa Rinna doesn't have a storyline, because really, what was there to talk about with Lisa Rinna on this show, on the reunion? What was there to talk about? Exactly.
Lois.
That's it. After Lois, she got nothing. Her kids didn't film with her this season. Her husband, like nothing. She got nothing.
Nobody really had a storyline, though. Honestly, none of them really had a storyline. Crystal
didn't have a storyline until she got robbed. I mean, I'm not.
Crystal was just there. Crystal didn't have nothing going on. Dorit didn't have nothing.
Gaslighting us about Sutton. That was her storyline.
Dorit didn't have no storyline. I only think that Sutton had a storyline.
I don't really think when you have enough money, and I talked about this, if you have enough money, you don't need a storyline. You're showing us something. You know what I mean? Like Potomac, they have to really try to tear each other down because they're broke, comparatively speaking. You know what I mean?
That's valid. That's valid.
The more money that Atlanta had, or the more money that the girls on Atlanta accumulated, you see it's not as deep. We're not trying to cut you all the way to the core. OC, they don't have the money like that, so they cut to the core. But Beverly Hills, I would be fine seeing a scene with Kathy eating caviar, or LVP buying another house and some swans.
I agree with Mims, because I tell people, like on my platform, my channel, we talk about, I tell them all the time, I watch the Beverly Hills, and I've watched I missed a couple of seasons in the middle, but I was there day one with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, because what I wanted to see, it was almost like that back in the day, lifestyles of the rich and famous. That is what I want to see. When I look at Beverly Hills, I want to see that opulence. I want to see that lifestyle that, you know, I still remember that season. It was probably 3 seasons ago where they went to that private resort in Jamaica, and the damn resort sent the jet to pick them up. And then when they got to the resort, they had their own private, like, suite with their own butler. And remember, Kyle, like, ordered a Rolex while they were sitting at dinner, and they delivered it.
That was the Belmar in the Bahamas.
That's the shit that I want to see.
Yeah, that was like
$40,000 a week.
Yeah, like when they went to the Fendi store, and that's before Erica J lost all her money, and she dropped like $300,000 in the Fendi store when they went to Italy. Like, that's the shit I want to see. They rented. Remember, they all rented.
Do you remember they went on their trip and they had their hotel? The hotel was underwater.
That was Dubai.
Somebody's bedroom was underwater. Yeah, Jenny, opulence. Give me more. That's why I really watched them. But the girl with the e-cigarette, she told the truth about Kyle, but it wasn't her daughters; it was the sisters. She would sell her sisters. You remember the woman had told her she'll sell her daughters for fame and all of that other type of stuff?
Yeah.
The first season.
Mauricio will never fulfill you.
Your husband will never fully fulfill you.
Yeah.
You remember that? She had smoking that e-cigarette, baby.
Now
she did calm down.
Down for me. I agree with everything. I agree with that. Mims. Like, we look at Beverly Hills for the lifestyle. Like fucking LVP having swans in her, like, and walking over a river
and ponies.
Her house. Like,
okay, arguing over which wine glass to use, bitch. Kim over here using the red Solo cup, girl. Give me the liquor.
Oh wait, one thing that I did want to mention is back at the little club thing when Kyle said that Kathy came over to her aggressively, like, we're leaving, all of this other stuff. And I found it to be funny. Why is it that out of all the times this has happened to you, you chose this time to poke your chest out? Was it because your friends were there and you wanted to sit here and say, I'm not a little kid anymore, you're not gonna I think that's the real reason Kathy said all that about her, but it's like, so all the other times you couldn't have the conversation. And look, I have issues with my siblings and whatnot, but if I were out with them, big ass if I were out with them and the one that I got conflict with comes to the group saying we're leaving, y'all, let's go.
And that was, listen, I said that in my review, and I can't speak for y'all, but I'm gonna speak for myself. If I'm out with my siblings and my sister or brother come up to me and I know they just had a conversation with the manager and they had a little situation with the DJ, and they come up to me and they say, let's go. We getting the fuck out of here. Let's go. I'm gone. Now, when we get in the parking lot, I'm going to be like, what the hell happened? What's the problem? But I'm going to trust my sibling to be like, whatever the issue is, it's time for us to exit. Now, again, I know they have a complicated relationship, so it ain't the same. But I'm saying for me, it wouldn't even been no argument. I might not appreciate the way she said it, But I'm gonna leave because I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but she said it's time to go. It's time to go.
But
Now,
we got to remember that Kathy had just blew up earlier that day at Kimosabi.
So you know what it
is. She was upset at Kyle.
So you know
she was already upset at Kyle just a little bit earlier. You know what I'm saying?
I get it,
but what y'all saying is the truth. So I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna say,
I think it was all part of the plan. I think it was all part of the plan. If you ask me,
that was also one of her best friends. So if I know the king of pop and I want to hear the king of pop wherever I am, we're gonna hear him. We
have on Billie Jean. Our ass is on down the road. Okay. All right. Well, listen. Let me say this. I'm gonna wrap it up because it's been an hour and a half, and I appreciate y'all's time. I know everybody, like I said, you did their own panels or they've been at work all day or whatever the situation is. So we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna give 2 final questions, and we're gonna wrap it up. And we're gonna definitely thank our special guest, Renna's wig, for making an appearance tonight. So my question to you is this: does Kathy Hilton come back next year?
I hope
so. To fuck with Renna.
I only want her back if Queen Kim comes back. I need both of them together.
That would be epic. If Kim came back, that would be epic.
I need both of them. I need both. No, I'm saying together because they both have the same energy, and I need for both of them to pretty much Cabbage Patch on every last heifer. That's something.
Not Cabbage Patch.
But yeah, Kathy comes back to fuck with Renna because again, she's been in this game a whole lot longer than Renna has. She knows people. She knows how this works, and she's already pulled weight by pulling that footage from the house, so she knows how to work this thing. Really,
yeah,
she has a leg up.
I really like Kathy. I really don't have nothing against Kathy. I just don't. To me, I just feel like she wasn't being truthful. But I don't like to see Kathy slumming it with Erica Jane and Lisa Rinna. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like she's above that.
She's a flies above all haters.
I do think, though, specifically with Kathy, because we can arguably say that Diana and Kathy are probably around the same amount of wealth. There's something different to be said about someone like Kathy who has money, who's best friends with the Kardashians, whose family put the Kardashians on, and a Diana who every chance she gets, she's trying to show us that she has money, but we really don't care. No. Everything that you're putting, it feels forced. It does not feel, even if it is your reality, the fact that your storyline is coming on camera to say that when you have somebody like Kathy Hilton, who is equally as wealthy, who doesn't care, she really shitted on Diana. And it was effortless. They are they're worth around the same amount of money. Diana had like a $90 million estate in Malibu at one point, but we don't care. We don't see her as aspirational. We don't want to see scenes with her. Her husband is gay. I mean, it just, none of it really inspires you or makes you as a viewer interested in her story. So you got Kathy, who has elevated the show past Andy's wildest dreams. He would be stupid to let Kathy go, even as a friend of the show.
So I guess that kind of eliminates my second question because everybody kept talking about Rinna. I was gonna say, do y'all think they get rid of Rinna?
No,
keep the cast the same.
No,
Kathy's not gonna come back.
No, based on what she's been posting this last week, no, she doesn't need to come back because it's a bad look. Her threatening that one guy who said that she hired him, threatened him, I believe, with a knife on her IG. She took
the picture down, but she posted it. Yeah,
that's not true.
It's not.
It was a gun, and that was actually from a set.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was, and that was from like Days of Our Lives.
Yeah,
Patrick Summer is
last year and Days of Our Lives.
And that's the thing. Again, Rinna in a soap opera antics. It's like I get there needs to be a level of drama, but when you over dramatize stuff, and now everyone's like, "Come on!" Like it sounded like you come straight out of a comic book with this stuff.
I mean, she even weaponized Paris's situation.
Yeah, that was hard.
That was disgusting. Were on Instagram talking about how you and her father caused her so much emotional distress from me paying for my therapy, but nobody brought that up all season long.
All right, one person, Gabor, I'm gonna start with you. This is the last question.
What's good?
One person had to leave the show. Who would you kick off the current cast? Who would you kick off?
My fave, Crystal.
You would kick off Crystal?
Yeah, she really. If we based off performance solely, I don't think that she brought nothing this season.
Gotcha.
She was good her first season. I liked her the first season.
Mims, who you get rid of?
Erica.
Y'all, who you getting rid of?
It's a toss-up between Lisa and Crystal, but I'm gonna say Lisa.
All right, little baby, who you getting rid of?
Crystal.
I'm getting rid of Rena. Okay. Thank y'all for being here. I do appreciate y'all time. This was a great panel. Thank you to the chat. I know the chat was going and y'all was cutting up in the chat too. And I appreciate everybody being here. Please make sure that you thank you, Tracy, for dropping the links. The links to everybody up here have been in the chat. So y'all please make sure that y'all are checking Gabor out and Mims and Yocrates. We are in the Bravo world. Congratulations to Mims for getting his 100K viewed video on Kim Zodiac.
And 13,000 subscribers.
And his 13,000 subscribers. Congratulations to you, Gabor. I appreciate you coming over here. Y'all definitely make sure y'all check out Gabor. He's fucking hilarious. Gabor,
he's all right.
No, Gabor, listen, Gabor cracks me up. Even when because I'm listen. Him and that Garcelle, I don't know what it is about Garcelle, but Lord.
I don't got nothing against Garcelle. I just don't like the way that she moves.
When she raised her paddle,
one thing that you didn't talk about
over. It was over for them.
Oh, don't get
go
on the
ahead,
paddle. Don't. When Dorit was comforting Kyle, right at the very, very end, the scene where she was just so. Do you find it weird that she didn't kiss Kyle's shoulder like she kissed Mauricio's? If that's normally how you console somebody and comfort them, why you didn't kiss Kyle's shoulder?
Ciao. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that.
Oh, so that's too far?
No, it's not too far. It's just hilarious because I agree with you. I don't know, like. Listen, I thought that was awkward when I saw it on the episode. I thought that was just awkward. Like the way she just leaned in and kissed. I was like, what the fuck are we doing? It was awkward. It was awkward. Y'all make sure y'all check out Yocrates. Again, he's reviewing Salt Lake City, the Housewives.
No.
You're not doing
Salt Lake City. No.
My bad.
Don't put that on me, Ricky. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
My bad. Potomac. And y'all know y'all can catch him on the Whether You Like It or Not panel Monday nights with myself. That's on a rotating channel. So, and thank you, little baby, for all, as always, you my mod over here and you are my Bravo, expert. So thank you for being here. And we about to be out. Good night. Mwah. I'm hitting the button.
Boy.